Good day, everyone. Jolene here from Chill Lifestyle. So I am going to do our September readings, but I'm doing a bit of the astrology part of what you expect. And if you're not interested, you can just scroll past, even though I would suggest you listen because there's things that you may want to know. Now, often we might think, I read my horoscopes and they never resonate. And that's because there's so much more to astrology than your birth sign, okay? There's an ascending sign, there's a Venus sign, there's your moon sign. All of those affect you in some way or form. And sometimes you have huge placements in certain planets and a lot more other signs that you don't realize. And sometimes it's the house that the sign is in. And I no longer do readings without doing your astrology chart because the future is really, well, it depends on you. You create the future, it does not exist. 10% of your life is actually predestined. The rest is up to you. So you might be going, well, then why am I not rich or with my soulmate, and why am I always battling to find good love and blah, blah, blah. Well, your astrology chart will probably tell me more, and because you have a block. Okay. So the interesting part is that, so here's a good example, and I've spoken about this before on my channel, is that Pluto, the god of the underworld, has been in Capricorn since 2008. And so if you're a cardinal sign, Capricorn is cardinal. So anyone who's a Capricorn or who has heavy Capricorn in their chart would have been affected the most. And even those who are, as well as Libra, Aries, and Cancer. Those three have all really been affected quite strongly since 2008. In fact, 2008 is when I had my spiritual awakening. And this is when I started to realize that my long belief systems all of a sudden changed. I started to realize and question more and more as to, well, why I became that why child and everything. That doesn't make sense, but why? And so I delved deep into religion, different religions. Where do we get our information from? And in the last couple of years, it's been even more interesting because I started to go more and started to follow people who, as far as I'm concerned, had proper PhDs in religious science, as well as humetics, which is the interpretation and how people get their information. And it's been very interesting. And I highly suggest you do so, because believing things just because that's what you were told, you'll actually start to realize it's not the brightest thing to do. So you've got to ask and you've got to question things and you need to figure it out. Now, a lot of the biblical truths, Old Testament, actually comes from or is borrowed, and biblical scholars will tell you this, not just me. Again, go Google it. It's borrowed from. So like, for example, Greek mythologies, Akkadian and Sumerian text. Okay, that's where we get the flood myths and all these things. They're all myths, and that's where we actually get the myths from. Okay, it's where it's taken from. Okay, you go read any of their myths, you'll actually see that it all is interlinked. In fact, I'm pretty sure that the same gods from all myths and beliefs are actually the same. Anyway, the reason why we're talking about this is because, again, one of the myths, one of the religious beliefs was in the word hell. My question was, well, where did that come from? It came from the Greek mythology. So in the first Hebrew text, the first edition Hebrew Bible that was ever written, hell never exists. Wasn't even in there. The only word that exists was the word Sheol, which meant death. Okay, so we all die. Everyone dies. Same place, same things. And humans were not happy. There needed to be some form of eternal punishment for people who were not so good. And so they needed to come up with something. And so I kind of think the first thing they came up with was Hades. Now, Hades was the Greek god, and he was the god of the underworld, the god of darkness. And where did he come from? Well, he was also known as Pluto. And the interesting thing is Pluto is the darkness, because it's the planet, it's the furthest away from the sun. In fact, it's so small and takes such a long time. We now consider it a dwarf planet, okay? And Hades, being the god of the underworld, became the original starting of the words hell, okay? And yet, the interesting part is that Hades is actually the god that decides whether you were good or bad. In fact, Egyptians believed that the scale of justice, which is also the tarot card, was the scale of how good is your heart compared to, so is your good outweighing your bad and vice versa? And that's when the judgment came in. But this planet, Pluto, has been in Capricorn, and Capricorn is also very materialistic. Capricorn is, he's the sage, he's the builder, he's the banker, he is the investor, you know, the powers that be of the world. And so Pluto, underworld, along with Capricorn, we've got a whole lot of not so nice shadowy stuff that have been coming up. In fact, Capricorn in tarot is represented by the devil card, also man-made thing. More information, you need to go dig into that, but it's really about your belief systems. You either live in darkness or you live in light. Every decision you make has a consequence as to whether it's in the light or whether it's in the dark, you know. And so heavy cardinal signs have been dealing with a lot of karmic lessons because they had to learn, you know, more of the light and less of the dark. So now that's changing. But in September, so this year it's kind of been in Aquarius. So we're getting a bit of an inkling. That's why everything's falling apart. And it's not falling apart. It's actually falling in alignment. Okay, because the age of Aquarius is humanitarian. Aquarius is they're a catalyst. Aquarians are a catalyst for change. They want us, they want happiness, and they fixed. So fixed signs, you're about to have massive changes happen from about November 19th, okay, in your life. And if you go against it, you're going to battle for another 20 years. So I highly suggest you learn your lessons now. So fixed signs are Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, and Taurus. Okay, so if you've got those in your chart, you're about to go through a catalyst now. Okay, so in September, back to September, yes, we're tying up loose ends. Banking systems are coming and crashing. Things that are not in alignment with the humanitarians of the world. It's no longer me investing in my business and I want power and I want money and I want power, money. You're going to be asked, what does actually money mean for you? Are you validating yourself through money? Are you in a career more for validation? Because I want people to be proud of me and I hate my job. I actually hate what I do. It's not in alignment. My gut instinct is I hate being a lawyer because I am representing evil people and I'm fighting for things. But deep down in my heart, I really want to help the underdog. I really want to help, not the underdog, the other people. You know, I want to be more humanitarian. So you're going to be asked in September to really have a look. Your relationships, are you dating people that look good on picture? Well, they're good looking, so they make me feel good. But really, they don't, because they never treat me well. Everyone's had them. Everyone's been with them. Everyone can have them because they you know, you're not one in a million, you're one of a million. Am I dating someone because they have good status, because they look, again, good on picture? But you are left feeling more sad and more depressed. So money validation, how you feel about yourselves, and also a lot of awakening, spiritual awakening. That's why I'm telling you about my spiritual awakening, because for a lot of you, you're going to start having these questions of, I don't know where my belief systems come from. I don't believe in the government anymore. I don't trust the church anymore. I don't trust the police anymore. Where do I even turn to? And you might start digging into your own spiritual beliefs, trying to understand that. Okay, so there's just a lot going on in September, and this will explain to you why you're going through what you're going through. Okay, so now we'll get into all the readings. Don't forget to check out also your moon, your rising, your Venus signs. They are all going to be affecting you in some way or form, and you can do a free astrological chart online. So let's get into it. Hey, Sagittarius. Okay, so let's get into some messages from Spirit for you. Okay. Messages from Spirit, please, Spirit. Oh, Sagittarius. Exhaustion. Okay, so you might be needing to rest, or let me just get into it. Priorities. Interesting. Leo got the same. I was shuffling. Maybe your priorities need to be rest, and you're running away, or you keep going at things. You you don't take enough time out. Oh, Lord. Okay. Okay, so don't get too scared. The death card doesn't mean someone's about to die, okay? I mean, sometimes people are, but it's not always the case. People panic. The death card is generally about something that has ended in order to make way for something new to begin, okay? We will get into it, and I'm pretty sure. And like I say, you know, if someone does pass on, there's nothing much that you can do. You can't prevent someone passing, okay? Unfortunately, that's just life. But I just want to get a couple of cards out. I'll tell you what I am getting here is that there has been, perhaps for a lot of you, an ending. Maybe you've already, you know, had someone who recently passed on, and the situation has left you pretty heartbroken, okay? Now, this could have happened yesterday. It could have happened years ago, but it's something that's still affecting you, okay? So this is an ex-love or someone who passed, and it's a healing, it's some healing that has to take place, and you are just avoiding it, okay? And now what I'm feeling like is catching up with you. That's exactly how I'm feeling, because there's like this hand that's trying to pull you back towards this. And let me show you the card. So you will see here he's got a little, you know, it's all his baggage. And inside that little bag is a broken heart. So there's definitely some kind of pain deep within you from something that ended or from someone who passed on, okay? And I kind of feel like you're running away from it. And now, look at this. You're exhausted, okay? And they're trying to help you to get through this situation, but you also need to rest and deal with this pain. Okay. So from a love perspective, now again, this doesn't have to be in your love life. Just take what resonates, different people, different situations. You need to let go of control issues, because also what I'm getting here is I kind of feel like you might try to control situations too much. You're trying to get things to go into a certain direction. And I kind of feel like it's because of some kind of ending that happened. Something that really hurt, that had happened to you. It makes you feel like now you have to control everything, you know, because maybe if you control everything, everything's going to work out, or you won't have to experience that pain again. And unfortunately, that's not how life goes, okay? Things will unfold in a natural way. You cannot force it to happen. So this is one of those that spirit guides are saying to you, whether it's your love life or anything in your life, it's time for you to just relax and let it go, okay? Allow the situation to control or naturally unfold. You're getting to know each other. So, you know, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So this can be in any relationship in your life. You know, when you, maybe there's a little bit of a pain that you should sit with your partner or anyone, you know, and really give them this innermost self, this area in your life where you perhaps, as I said, been dealing with some kind of loss or pain. And this may go all the way back to childhood. Something that's happened to you that you've just ignored, but it's still affecting you. You're still getting triggered by it, okay? Because then we've got pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So this can be signs, again, from a past, present situation, okay? There were red flags in all relationships. There are always a red flag. We just ignore those red flags. You know, someone doesn't just become abusive. They generally start off, and sometimes it's with their tongue. Sometimes it's with in the way that they treat other people. And we only realize later on when, you know, something happens, and then we're going, wow, you know, someone doesn't just cheat. You know, generally this is someone who, they're very flirty, or they're constantly looking everywhere. Now, I'm not to say that every person that looks at another person is cheating, but that's a red flag. Then you start to add up the red flags, if that makes sense. So it may be small red flags, but sometimes they add up. Someone who's secretive, someone who, twists their phone away from you when you know that they're talking to someone, or their vibe changes when their phone comes up. Someone who is never really committed, or all of a sudden they change their minds because someone else is around. Somewhere along the line, this person shows you who they are. We ignore it because normally by that time, in the beginning of relationships, everyone's loving and fun, and we all show our best sides. Slowly we start to let things slip. So somewhere in the beginning of this relationship that you had dealt with, or this friendship, or this situation, boss, whatever it is for you, this person showed you who they were. Okay, there were red flags. You ignored them, and then you got hurt. Okay, so take that as it will to your situation. So right, let's get into the tarot. Okay, so please, spirit guides, there could be some kind of shocking news, coming in the month of September for some of you. Okay, as well. So what I'm getting here is the month of September. So this is a great month for you to work on your intuition. It's a really great month for, if you are in a relationship, to really have a good month of really getting to know each other, taking your time, add a little bit more romance to your life. Again, for a lot of you also, your psychic abilities may be becoming stronger. You may be becoming a little bit more sensitive. This is also a great month for you to, take up any artistic endeavors, or painting, or things like that as well. So let's see what any blocks that you may have in the month of September. What blocks may Sagittarius have in the month of September? What blocks may they have? Oh, okay. Wow, more water. Celebration, graduation, birth, the need to have more fun. Okay, so if you are not spending enough time with your friends or people that you enjoy spending time with, then this may be blocking your intuition. It might also be, for some of you, overindulging in drinking or overindulging. This can all block your intuition. In order for your intuition to be strong, your vibration has to be higher. And unfortunately, things like drinking, smoking, eating loads of sugar, this can often lower your vibration. So if you're trying to get your intuition higher, you need to watch your diet, or just cut back, especially if you're overly doing it. So that's for someone who's obviously wanting to increase their intuition. For others, what I'm getting here is you need to just have more fun. I kind of feel like you're too serious, especially if you want to meet someone new. If you're sitting at home, unless they fall out of the sky, and they would most probably be dead if they did that, you're not going to meet someone sitting on the couch, unless, of course, you're scrolling. You still have to go out to meet them. Again, we've got the getting to know each other. So get out there, celebrate, go out with friends, so that you can possibly meet someone new. Okay, I really feel like the more fun you have, the more you will meet new people. And then if you are looking for love, could definitely find someone. Okay. For some of you, you may feel like there's a bit of a third factor. Now, third factor doesn't have to mean someone's having an affair, but there could be outside people that are influencing a love relationship. Try not to control the situation. Okay. Try not to believe that this person has red flags just because they're working too much or something else. Okay, so there's just that warning for someone as well. Okay, right. Why? Well, let's just see. Why is this here? Oh God, look at this water. Water. Blue. Okay, so it could definitely be very intuitive. Blue is about intuition. It's about your throat chakra. It's about talking. So again, time to express yourself, your innermost selves. You need to express it. You need to talk it out. Your fears, maybe your past pain, something that you maybe need to talk about. Again, I'm getting a lot of spiritual. So if the intro resonates with you, Sagittarius, maybe you want to go listen to the intro. If you skipped it, you might be going through some kind of spiritual awakening. I'm really getting a lot of spiritual stuff here. The death card's also it's about transformation and things transforming. And so if you're exhausted this month, you're really asked to exactly that, cut back on the partying, cut back on the having fun. Not to say that you must now go and become boring, but just cut back a little bit in order to allow a little bit more spiritual growth to happen, okay? For the rest of you, what I'm getting is, again, something has left your life. Something definitely came to an end, divorce, separation, or something. And this has left you feeling rather anal. It's just given you the time to really go out there. Things are taking its time. Again, it's giving you time to rest. It's giving you time to search. It's giving you time to really think about the red flags, so that you don't repeat the same patterns. Okay, so let's see, what is the past pertaining to Sagittarius? What are they kind of should be leaving behind, or are leaving behind? Okay, more blue. Now we're going to third eyes. Knight of Air. Again, I feel like you went into a situation maybe too quickly. Okay, so the reason why things kind of went belly up in a certain relationship, in a certain friendship, and maybe it's kind of feels like things went in a great speed, or you guys came at each other, like fights were quite tireless. Maybe this person was too idealistic, and maybe you were too idealistic. Please take whatever resonates. I kind of feel like, again, Spirit saying to you this time, slow down. Okay, before you might charge in, like you jump in everything, you're all in. And this time they're saying, please don't do that. Okay, don't repeat this pattern. It's time to slow down. I'm really getting this, instead of charging at things or charging into things, sometimes you need to stop and think and take things a little bit slower. Rather get to know the person, just in case there are red flags. Okay, and this is really in any situation. If you charge into things, or you have this idealistic approach to life, this is the time for you not to be that way. Okay, you need to rather slow down. And it's followed by the awakening card. Again, we've got a more spiritual awakening going on, but this is also about things being at a standstill. So this is a month where right now you're asked to just kind of chillax a bit, just step back. Again, the partying, the going out, the drinking, it's time to kind of, this month, to kind of pull back a little bit, okay? Because you need to kind of see life from a different perspective. If you have been, things in your life have already been at a temporary standstill, it's just giving you more time to, again, heal, because maybe and we all think that we've been healed, and then, this person will say something, or someone will say something about this person, and whoops, just like that, you're triggered. That's a sign you're not healed. Okay, so step back, just allow things to happen. Don't try to control anything. Don't jump in at anything. Allow things to unfold. In the meantime, you heal, rest, sleep, pray, meditate. Okay, right. In the near future, what's in the near future? Look at all this water. Blue, blue, blue. 10 of water. Okay, so there's good things coming, okay? Trustworthy relationships, people you can trust, families expanding, happy families, rewarding family life, feeling great, having your emotions and your material needs being met, Things are fun, things are cool, things are awesome. You don't need to control everything. You just have to relax, okay? So where's your power in this month? Because with all of this, it's, oh gosh, do you have heavy water placements if you're watching this? Because I can't even tell you. This is just amazing. Water, more blue, more water. This is just, maybe you're dealing with a water sign, because this is just pure water. Okay, your power this month is to be tender-hearted, to be patient, empathetic and loving, okay? Again, trust your intuition this month. Care for yourself. And yes, you can care for others. And yes, you can develop relationship. There's a lot of love within this month. So yes, you can care for others. Yes, you can give everyone else love. But the most important person for you this month is yourself. I'm really getting stick to yourself a little bit this month. Go within, increase your intuition, work on that intuition. work on healing all those triggers, work on everything that's ended, figure out why you jump into situations so quick. What are you fearing? Because that's what we do. You know, we quickly get engaged and quickly get married because we have fears. What are those fears? What are you actually fearing? Because you've run away. You've to-do-doed down that road, okay? No, you have to come back. Things will unfold. This 10 of Cups will happen. Near future can be 5 months. Okay, does not mean it's in September. Spirit guides version of near and timing, not ours. Okay, so hopes and fears. Let's see. What are your fears? Why do you jump in at things so quickly? What are we fearing? This is an interesting one. You're fearing you're not enough. You're fearing that these people are not going to accept you. Because what you need to have is confidence. You need to be able to stretch your wings and fly. You underestimate yourself. Maybe you fear inserting your independence, or maybe you fear some of your creativity. Maybe you fear how people see you, or I mean, I just feel like, you know, I mean, like the Queen of Fire is like, she's like the most attractive queen in the deck. You know, she's passionate. You can see she's very colorful. She's highly creative. You know, she loves her beautiful stuff. You know, she's got beautiful jewelry, her beautiful makeup. She wears really exotic clothes. She's flamboyant. And this is kind of where you need to be, Sagittarius. You need to be and feel like that. You need, I mean, we've got 2 queens here. So if you're feminine, you need to queen up. You need to step up and feel that passion again. Maybe you feel like you've lost your passion, but more than anything, I kind of feel like you have to stop underestimating yourself. Really focus upon yourself here. And this is what will get you to the outcome that you were wanting. 3rd queen. Gosh, your reading's so funny. Queen, queen, queen. So the Queen of Air, okay, now you've gone from a Queen of Emotions to someone who is very temperate with her emotions. She's not overly sensitive, but she's also sensitive enough to feel compassion for others, but not sensitive enough to take on their problems as her own. You know, she's intuitive. She's an empath, but she does, you know, as much as she's empathic towards other people and their circumstances, she doesn't take it on to herself. It's like, not my monkey, not my circus. The Queen of Fire, she's fiery, she's passionate, she's the queen of creativity. She knows her worth, but she knows her worth enough that it was very independent. You know, she's out there, she's flamboyant, you know, she's like, has those CTB eyes. I don't want to say the words. Well, I suppose come to bed. It's not really swearing or anything. Okay, come to bed eyes. You know, she's got those alluring eyes. But at the same time, she's quite independent. So it's like, come hither. Oh, no, hang on. Wait a minute. That's too close. Step back. Now you've got the Queen of Air. Now, the Queen of Air is highly independent. Okay, this woman is very experienced. She's realistic. She's witty. This woman knows how to make decisions. She makes objective and clear decisions. She cuts out people that don't deserve to be in her life. And at the same time, she's got a bit of humor. Okay, so that's kind of the energies you need to take on. And if you're a masculine, then this is just saying maybe using your intuition. You need to get more in touch with your feminine side. Now that's, you know, men take that so personally. This is not some weird thing. It's talking about the intuitive side, the loving yourself side, the feeling better about yourself. Maybe you need to jupe up your looks a little bit if you're feeling, you know, maybe go on a bit of a diet, or, you know, pump iron or whatever men feel they need to do to make themselves feel better. Dress yourself up, get some aftershave, dress better. But at the same time, know the red flags, recognize red flags, and deal with the red flags. Okay, let's clarify. I'd like to know this Knight of Air. Can you clarify this Knight of Air? So this is Sagittarius, I'm sorry, this is Aquarius. This is really about hope and healing. But you can see she's also balancing, you know, water again, water. She's balancing the water in her hands, you know, some water slipping in. So the original one, it has a woman who's bending over and she's got water in the cup and she's feeding the land with water as well as pouring it back in. But really and truly, you got the stars of hope, of healing, better times, wishing upon a star. So, you know, having hopes and wishes and knowing that they will come true when it's the right time. The Sun, double ace. Oh no, that was Page of Cups, and now we've got the Ace of Cups. So there's definitely a new emotional beginning for you. Again, this could be a new love experience. You're just getting to know each other, and in the beginning there's a lot of flirting, there's a lot of, you know, again, taking your time. Just don't rush, okay? The Sun card is also here to remind you that it's time to just follow the sun. There's that whole song, Follow the Sun. Again, something yes, I've been doing tarot for so many years and I didn't even realize everything in tarot is a symbol, by the way. And so here we've got sunflowers, and sunflowers are very much, if you ever watch sunflowers follow the sun. Interesting, okay? So wherever the sun goes, they'll follow the same direction. And that's what you need to do. Follow the sun within your heart, follow the happiness. Go and be free, like a little boy riding on a horse, galloping through. You know, he's got no cares and no worries. He is just charging at innocence and joyfulness and fun. Maybe you got children, go spend time with children, you know. Wow, look at that. 10 of Pentacles and Judgment. So a lot of you spiritually awakening, and you will find the stability that you are wanting. You've been wanting a family or castle, rich, whatever it is. You will find it in the time. But this is not the time right now, because, again, I just kind of feel like you're exhausted. You've been working very hard. You've dealt with a bit of negative people and people who have maybe lied to you or stolen from you or treated you badly. So this is what you need to be focusing on. And then I kind of feel like things will work out for you, okay? Your ultimate wishes are there. You know, as I said, whatever your wishes are for a home, for money, for stability, it is there, okay? You will get that chance to do that. But right now, all you just asked to do is just work on yourself, work on your healing, and that needs to be your priorities. And know that in the right time, the situation will unfold and you will get what your ultimate goal is. Okay, Sagittarius, have a great month and goodbye.